The next biggest thing that you can see, which will happen just about now, is that when I come to full stop, almost like below 5 miles an hour, the rear camera turns on automatically. And you can see it's pretty clean. You see that car coming, I can see that without really having to see my mirrors. You can see it's coming in this lane, and it's just fantastic. Welcome everyone to another video. This video is about Chigee AIO 6. We're going to see how it compares with Chigee AIO 5, which is the previous model, and how easy or hard the installation on the BMW motorcycles. This is going to be easy, fairly easy installation for me. I have installed the back plate that comes with this new model and this extension cable. You'll see all about it if you're interested later in the video. I have put tags at the bottom. We're going to see how this fits onto the BMW navigation prep kit. This is clearly visibly bigger screen. This is 6 inches diagonally, so I think it's gonna look pretty good, and it's gonna be easy on my eyes when I'm writing. Easy to spot things when I'm following the map and everything. So let's begin. All right, so just a quick recap on what I've done so far. Take off the seats, take off this panel, take off the beak. The only other thing I took off is the windshield and the side wings. Right off the bat, I can see both screens a little bit misaligned, right? That's not an issue though. I'll show you what can be done. See, this whole mount can be moved a little bit on this side, right? And that should get everything aligned perfectly in the center, right? I want this Chigee screen aligned with the main display. Okay, so next thing is going to be, I'm going to run the camera cables through, so all the way in the back. The power will go on the battery, and then somehow the camera cable will run through this to the front side. Front camera position, I'm not really sure because I want it a little bit artistic, maybe. So it could be somewhere over here, but that's like a air intake, so maybe underneath is what I'm gonna plan. All right, so we'll see. I want it a way that I can see the wheel bouncing in the front. That'll be a great video. Now, this is pretty straightforward. Looks simple to me. It's positive, this is negative, and then you've got this status cable. This is gonna go on one of the other things that light up when your motorcycle turns on. This power cable, the other end, that goes to this little cable. Right, this red goes to red, that gives power to the cameras. And then these two are actual camera data lines. Okay. So we don't need this cable for now. We'll just keep it on the side. Let's get this thing hooked. The very first thing we want to do is make all the connections without installing all the cables and make sure the cameras run with the Chigee. So let's do step 1. Power, connections, test. All right, so we're gonna take this off. All right, positive first. One more, okay, yep, it's tight. And let's get the negative one now. There it is. Next step, put the power on. It only can go one way, right? So you have a notch here. I don't know which camera, this camera. You have this notch here, so you can't mess it up. You got 2 more cables. This one is a USB. We're gonna connect that to Chigee. I'm gonna move this camera and show you guys. And then we have these 2 for the camera. So let's open our cameras. So what I did before coming out here is put this harness and then I put this sticky on, so it's easier just for me to finish the install Once I get my angle, just tighten this screw up and then that'll be it. So for now, let's just get, this one is a shorter cable, so that's the front one. So let's connect front to front. It says cam F. So it says cam F and cam B. So I'm going to put it on cam F. Second camera. Plug this in. And then let's find the other end of this cable. This is USB-C. All right, you see this USB cable? I'm not going to do something fancy. I'm just going to plug this in right here. Okay. For all the installation, as I said, keep watching the video. I'm going to include all my installation, the comparison between two Chigee towards the end. So now that everything is plugged in, we're going to start Chigee. And for that, let's move this camera over. Okay, let's fire it up. This is starting Chigee for the first time on this motorcycle. I'm gonna have to find a better way to hide this cable though. I'm gonna tell you, that looks ugly. Okay, connect. Let's straight away go in cameras. Beautiful. All right, what are we looking at? Stop the music. Go down, go to camera. So that's your front camera. Let's just spin a little bit. There you go. That's front camera. Ooh, wow. Refresh rate is so good. I don't know how the brightness looks like on the camera itself, on this guy, but to my eyes, it looks pretty bright. And then we have a rear camera. I'm gonna see, tap, change the camera. There you go. That's our rear cam. And it looks great. Let me just face it correctly. And it looks great. Yeah, not bad. Good dynamic range. I mean, I'm staring at the sun and you can still see my face. That's not bad. It's pretty good. But straight down, this is great. All right, very impressed. Very impressed. The refresh rate is like mind-blowing. And there's a way you can cycle through, so it's like click here, it's front, back, front, back. That's front and back. Picture in picture, look at that. That's front in the main picture and the rear one in the back picture. What is that? Well, hold on, what happened there? Is that a picture that it took? Let's do it one more time. So that's rear and that's front. That's picture in picture. As you can see my face, that's rear camera. See the dash, that's front camera. And how about one more time? Can you flip? There you go. That's what I would love to have. This is front camera and this is the rear camera and dash. Cool. So there are several different features. And then we go back. That's home and perfect. All right, let's turn off the bike and finish our install. I'm going to show you how am I running the cable. Okay. Here, this one connects to this USB. Zip tie on the bottom USB only. You don't want it on top because when you want to take off the unit itself, you're gonna have to unplug it. So this cannot be zip tied to the bike. The zip tie here, running the cable through with a little slack and then comes right down here. No need to drill or put holes in the bike or anything. From front also it looks clean. There's one cable already running. This is the power cable and the data cable for the Wonder Wheel or the bike to communicate with the navigator. So that's the nav prep kit power and the data. And this is the USB-C that goes to Chigee. And then the cable goes down here. Like my hat, my neighbor's having a yard sale. $1. Can't go wrong with it in this sun. All right, we're gonna move this a little bit over because I need to find the camera like position. Where am I gonna put it? So I don't want to take the whole thing off. I'm just gonna loosen it a little bit. Let's move it a little bit. All right, and we're gonna need Chigee again. So I want to see how it fits right in the center. Is that the center or no? Take Chigee out. That should take some weight off so it won't move. And then tighten this thing up. Okay, so front camera position set. I'm gonna run the cable now. I think I'll run the cable from the same side, no? That'll make the most sense. All right, so the installation's about done. I have the front camera installed. Front camera is right up here, and then I have the cables running right alongside. The only downside is I'm gonna see these two cables right underneath, but I don't think that's gonna bother me as much, okay? And then on the other side, I have all two cables, so the main Chigee cable and the camera cable both running through this, and then all the excess cable is going to be behind this air intake, behind the blue panel that I have. And then after that, these two cables, one is a power cable and the other one is the rear camera cable that's going to go run along under the, again, the blue plastic over here, over the tank, under the seat, under the frame, and all the way back to the backside. Okay, so we're gonna continue coming. Come back here. Come back. Okay, good. You're following me. Thank you. And then what we've got so far is we have two cameras. This is my in-off camera. Kind of not needed, but it's okay. It's gonna record as well, which I like. This is actually installed correctly. I hate that this is sticky, but it's okay. It's for now. I have just stuck this rear camera on the BMW radar, the rear radar here that tells me the blind spots. But the cables kind of run all the way through this backside. This again doesn't really touch much because the seat rests on these two cushions, so this is still okay. It's not gonna cut your cables or anything. Time to now just do one more test. I'm gonna put Chigee back on. I did adjust this a little bit, so now you'll see it's kind of in the center. So let's put back on this device. Camera goes here, so I have both my hands. And again, this is not a rocket science, so let's just put it right here. You hear the click, and now it's like right in the middle. This is the cable that goes from your device into the bike. Let's go. Go back. Camera. That's the front cam. Why does it seem like it's not leveled? There you go. Now it's leveled. And then we're gonna see how the rear camera looks like. That's the rear. Let's adjust it a bit. There you go. So I thought that the Chigee camera would actually see the in-off camera, but it is not looking at it. So let's take this plastic wrap out. So it's gonna be a much clearer image now. Look, oh my God, this is so bright. It is so bright. The screen is absolutely stunning. Just fantastic. All right, very happy. Okay, let's put everything back together and discover or go through some of the features that Chigee may have because of the camera. So there's one thing I want to point out. When you install Chigee on your BMW, since it goes through the navigation prep kit, it has power. And especially when you have an LTE version, they recommend connecting the extra power harness that you require for the camera. So even if you don't have the camera, you still should install it, because for BMW, what happens is the Chigee still kind of gets activated when it recognizes some motion. So as a result, what happened is when I go here, go back to my folder and scroll down a little bit, you see this P over here. That P means that it was a parking mode track. So let's go on the second page. You see here, there's like another P sign here. That means it was recorded when the motorcycle was turned off and the parking sensor of Chigee recognized some kind of motion, some commotion. And I was just trying to put the windscreen back on because my installation is done, but it still managed to record it as a parking video, which is a great great feature. What happens is if it has some parking detection, as soon as the motorcycle turns on, you will see a notification on the screen on Chigee as soon as it boots up. It does have a power failure feature or power drain feature. So if your battery is below 12 volt or 11 volt, you can set it up. Chigee will automatically turn off. That means this recording will automatically turn off and it won't drain your battery, so you can still turn on your motorcycle and go along your way. Alright, so the camera position I picked is bullshit. It's good all the way and down. That's not how I'm riding most of the times. I'm riding like this most of the time, and look what I see. Ah, I hate it. Chigee AIO 6 LTE, which I received today, and we're going to look at what are the physical differences between AIO 6 and AIO 5, which I have right here in my pocket. So this is my current device, and we're going to take a look at what's the difference between this one and the new AIO 6 LTE. In the shipping box, this AIO 6 came in, then a couple of dedicated cameras that will go to the main unit, and then this quick release mount for BMW. Because the size of AIO 6 is 6 inches diagonally, it doesn't fit in the GPS mount of 1300 GS or any other GS for that matter. It also came with this screen guard because I was a backer on Kickstarter, and also came with this SIM card. So we're going to see how this all works with the new Chigee AIO 6. First things first, let's open this box. Chigee has always been like a premium product. It feels like it's a premium product. The build quality is fantastic. And also you can see the packing is wonderful. Oh, it's opening. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Comes with a manual. I don't know, we don't need this. And this is Chigee. Oh, wow, look. Wow, that's a big screen. This is fantastic. Look at the current screen compared to the new 6-inch screen, right? All right, let's get this out. Same buttons, as I can see. It is heavier. It is significantly heavier than this unit. Okay, the buttons are exactly the same. You have home button, screen switch, then you have lock, and then the one in the middle is like the switch between screens. Okay. Okay, more stuff. What is this? I don't need that box. Oh, the wiring. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, okay. These are some zip ties, some tools, some Chigee stickers, and some like wire harnesses here. This is a keychain. I think some cable harnesses again. These seem to be the camera connections. All right. Yep, this is the same. You can see. I don't need these mounts because I have the BMW prep kit on the motorcycle, but I'm going to see how these can be helpful to maybe connect the cameras in different angles. All right, before we turn this on, let's see the differences. This is how it looks like from front on the side. So they have moved this bottom section to the side now. This is your right-hand side. The back, as you can see, this one was made for BMW, so they had different versions of Chigee AIO 5. This one is specifically made for BMW. I think they made a really good design decision where they made a common mounting system on the device itself, and they now have different mounts that you can put this device on. So that's why they sent that BMW connection or BMW connector. Oh, my desk got dirty. This is from the other side, that's left side, and then front again. Top is the same. And now we have the bottom portion. See, like in the bottom, this one has the same opening. It's going to be an opening for memory card in the older version. I don't have the LTE version. I'm not even sure if AIO 5 had one, but AIO 6 has it, so I'm expecting this to have a memory card slot and a SIM card slot. Before we do anything, let's put the screen protector. Let's pull this thing off. We've got this nice cleaning cloth, microfiber, and that's our screen guard. Why it looks faded? The microfiber cloth is leaving traces behind. It's kind of useless. Okay, here we go. Get out, air bubble. Get out, get out, get out. The tiny air bubbles on the sides. I hope they don't come back. But it doesn't look like they will. This is a premium low gloss screen guard. It's really good. Here we go. Second time the charm. How do we turn this on now? Oh, it's on this side. Oh no, it's in behind. Oh, okay. All right, so turn it on. We're gonna just plug in the USB-C cable. Kind of have to hold this. Will it turn this on now? No. Okay, so the rear one doesn't really start Chigee. So what we're gonna do is find another port if there is one. So for that, we look for the toolbox or tools that came with Chigee, and let's open them. It looks like this is the screwdriver for this side compartment. Yep, it is. And can I just open it from one side? Oh wow, I hate that the whole screw came out. That means you're easily gonna lose this if you try to open it outside in garage. Oh. Yep, it opens, and wow, look, there's a good seal there. Wonderful. Okay, that's why it was a little tighter. So we need to remove the other screw as well, because it seems like there's something behind it. There is the second USB-C port. Right? So there's one giant USB-C port behind, and there's another one on the side. So I bet this is the one that acts like a power cable or power port. There it is. So as you can see, this is a little matte finish to the screen guard, which wasn't the case for the one that came with it. This is glossy, right? And this is matte. Matte's much better because less sun will be reflected on your eyes when it's at just the right position. So we go with English. How many languages are there? There are quite a few. Look at that. And it's really smooth. I can, like, really smooth compared to AIO 5. Of course, I mean, it has to. This is an upgrade. So you gotta feel like an upgrade. So now selecting the region for LTE network. And we're gonna go to United States. What are the countries it supports? Okay. Australia, Italia, okay. Malta. Wow, quite a few. Look at this. It just keeps going. El Salvador, and then they have other. I didn't see India though. And we're gonna be in UTC. Now it says connect to the network to activate the device. Okay, so as soon as you connect to Wi-Fi, this is similar to how AIO 5 was. It's asking for me to activate. I'm gonna go hit OK. Let's see how long. Oh, it's very quick. Activation success. Please use a micro SD card with a transfer speed of U3. Using a low-level SD card may result in recording stuttering or data loss. Okay. Avoid fixing the cameras in strong vibration areas, which makes sense. Adjust the camera angle to place the calibration lines 8 meters away from the camera. So the one for the rear side actually comes with some rear, like a blind spot detection, and so there's some guidelines actually on the rear camera. So it's just giving in some instructions that make sure that the guidelines are about 8 meters away from the back of the motorcycle. Okay, and do not operate the device while driving to avoid danger. Please comply with the actual traffic rules while driving. They have to say that because people are idiots. They will do stupid things and they will then sue the company for that. Avoid using high pressure water hoses or for close range cleaning. Do not use that. It's kind of duh. You don't use you don't power wash your cell phone, so you shouldn't do that kind of stuff with any of the electronic devices, even if they're on your motorcycle. And here we are. That's the home screen. Great. So it shows the GPS signal. That means this has GPS inside. It shows the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth is on. Cameras are not connected. Of course, it's giving me the same message. What is that? It's a speedometer. It has some lean angle. Look at that. That lean angle really changes when I move the device. So it's not really reading from the bike. It's the actual device itself. It's going to kind of see what the lean angle is rather than getting that information from the motorcycle. So speed in kilometers, we're going to fix that here. We're in Imperial. So let's go to settings and take a deep dive into it. Display and volume, we're going to put it on auto. Volume, I like high, so I'm going to keep it there. Touch tone on, startup sound on, which is great. Storage, we have 28 gig storage that's built in. I haven't installed a SD card yet, but we're going to do that shortly. I have a 256 SD card, 256 GB SD card that I purchased for this particular device, so we're going to find out how that works. Let's go to features and time. Yeah, I have to fix this. Yep, July 18th. Perfect. I wanted to show the sunrise and sunset, and I don't want 24-hour system. Come on, man. It's just much easier to read. I know it's dark, so I'm good. Perfect. TPMS, it's going to get from BMW. I hope it does. I know it's going to do, just like Chigee AIO 5. Headset, these are the instructions. You connect the AIO 6 to phone, and then you connect phone to your headset. There's no direct connection between the headset and AIO 6. Remote controller. This pairing has to be done with your motorcycle so that you can control Chigee from the Wonder Wheel, but it's automatic. I didn't have to do anything last time. And then we're going to do GPS. Of course, it's not finding anything because I'm inside. OBD, not connected. Wow, this has OBD connection. Okay. This is attitude calibration. So if you're on 0, see this one right now, this should be level, but it's like 14 degrees positive. I don't really care about this because I'm not gonna use it much, but it does make an SOS call if you ever spill your motorcycle at a higher speed. So that's why I have the LTE connectivity. BSD, when a vehicle approaches in your rear blind spot, device will emit both audio and visual alerts. I don't want BSD. For a lot of motorcycles, it would be a great option. My motorcycle already has blind spot detection with radar, actually, not just vision, with radar, and it shows up on mirrors. Action camera control. So it does show 3 different kind of cameras. Screen preview supports connecting third-party action cameras for screen preview, playback, and control. After connection, you can preview and control the third-party camera on the camera page. I would like to try that. All right, so that's what we have in features. We're gonna go back, go to download. That's my device name. Please do not exit this page. Oh, there's an app download. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna do the iOS download. Get. Needs to see my face. And it's downloading. So let's see what goes inside. Agree to the terms. Oh, I'm gonna have to log in. Okay, so once you create an account, it's going to ask you to verify your email. and it sends you the code. You put the code. This is the first page that you land on. It says add device. Has different models. We're going to pick AIO 6 LTE. Scan the unit barcode to bind the device. It's on the packaging. Okay, let me try. I don't think so that's the barcode. It just took the model number. So I'm going to go to about. Okay, that's the serial number, device name, my Chigee 6, and I added my device. Okay, so once you're in, it shows like this. It doesn't really have anything. The worst part is always showing the serial number up top, and I don't quite like it. All right, so we got the app installed. We're gonna get to that later, but let's keep discovering what's inside the menu system. So we were at the download. It shows this. We're gonna go to tutorial. It just has a bunch of information right on device. In case you don't know how to do something, you can just go through this. There is no search option. So BMW engine data default. There's just textual information. There's no actual search option. So you got to kind of go through these menu options. But again, there's not so much that you can actually do here. It just talks about if there's a malfunction, how you can troubleshoot the camera, how do you switch the camera, and things like that. So that's good. Then we have update. We know what that is. We're gonna go to that later. Language, we already picked English, but you can change it. Reset is actually resetting the whole device. We don't want to do that. And then about will actually show you the full information about the model, the device name. There's a serial number. We have the firmware version. This firmware version is 1.2.9, and the 4G module version is 1.6.3. And that's about it. So let's see if there's an update on this one. Current version 1.2.9. Check the update. It's connected to Wi-Fi. It's asking me to put the SD card first. Okay. So note that this one did not come with a memory card. Chigee AIO 5 did come with one. Okay, so I have this memory card. This is SanDisk Extreme Pro 256 gig. So let's go here and install it. Okay, it's the other way. It's always the other way. Here we go. All right, so memory card's in. SD card detected. Please format before use. Okay, so let's do that. We're gonna go back to the menu, go to storage. We see the memory card. It says format required. Click on it, format. Did it go through? No. Format. Is it doing anything? Oh, looks like it's doing something. Okay. I'll wait. Format successful. New video will be recorded. Wait, too many messages and just flashing. Detecting read-write speed of SD card. Detection complete. Oh, wow. This is a fantastic feature. So Chigee actually went through a process of writing and reading, I guess, a file, a test file, and then recognized that the speed of this micro SD card is good enough for recording the video from both the cameras at the same time. That's fantastic. All right, so now that we have formatted, it shows 11 gig is used, 238 gigabytes is available for use. Let's go to update. Current version is 1.2.9. We're gonna go update check. We're already connected to Wi-Fi, so it should be able to do this correctly. All right, let's connect to Wi-Fi now. I thought it was already connected. Connection successful. Good. Already up to date. Wow. So it shipped with the current version, or there hasn't been a new version since this one shipped. This one shipped on June 30th, and right now it's July 18th. So no new versions. Okay, so there's one thing that we didn't check, which was in settings all the way down. It says more. Go to more. That's where your distance unit is. From kilometers to mile I'm going to convert, and then temperature I'm going to go from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Rest reminder, I'm going to keep it on. I have that camera switching. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to keep it off for now because that was the default. So I'm going to come back to it when we have the unit installed on the motorcycle with the cameras. So now comes the second part. Let's install this SIM card. That's how the SIM card looks like. Right? Let's pop this out. I don't think I need the big one, but I'm going to need the tiny one. Yep. And on the side, oh, even this is not good. Oh wow, this is mini SIM, so I'm going to need micro SIM. That means there are some lines, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but there's some edges over here that I can actually cut. So you see, as I just pull it, there's this micro SIM that's there, right? Like you see, the big one is here, the little cutout came out, and then even the smaller cutout gave you this tiny SIM card. So that's what you need to do in order to get this SIM into this device. We're not used to having any SIM cards anymore, so I just felt like I should show this because we use eSIMs now on our phones. So I have no idea which way is the right though. It still doesn't show any cellular range here. So when you go to About and Network, you'll see some status over there. It says network registration status, not registered, trying to register. And we're gonna see, I don't want to change APN, I'm gonna keep it as is. I'm not gonna hit recharge. But in the meantime, remember that manual we threw out? I think I'm gonna need that for the LTE connection. Because that many times is a tricky part. Let's see, the mounting instructions. This is Wi-Fi activation guide, firmware upgrade, SOS, Chigee AIO app. Nope, nothing in this. Quick installation guide, pretty pointless. LTE dedicated SIM card. Okay, what do we do with this? No instructions? It's saying I have to work with the Chigee AIO app for the payments, so maybe, do I need to go there to activate it? We'll find out. Doesn't say though I have to do that. Now let's see what the top buttons do. So home button, it's not doing anything because I guess I'm at home right now already. What does this screen do? It switches from CarPlay back to the previous screen. That's what it's doing. We go to this screen. Oh, that's the camera screen. Okay, camera not connected. So when I click that one, camera shows up, which is pretty handy. And then the last one actually turns off the screen. Click it again, turns on the screen, but if you hold it, it'll lock the screen. So if it's raining a lot, this rain drops are not going to change or mess with your screen, which is a great thing. And to unlock it, you swipe from bottom up. This is similar to Chigee AIO 5. So let me show you the UI differences between the two. Let's unscrew this. I like they didn't really change the type of screw they use on the new Chigee versus the old one, is because I could still use the same screwdriver that came with the new Chigee AIO 6. All right, so we got two iPhones and then both. You can see just the size difference between the two screens. AIO 6 is going to be very easy on eyes. This is very, very good. Overall, thumbs up for AIO 6. AIO 5 is still a solid product, so if you don't want to spend too much money on AIO 6, you can just get AIO 5. This one is going to be on sale soon. So next step is connecting the BMW Mount, for me at least. This is pretty straightforward. This looks like the one that'll go on the GPS prep kit on the motorcycle itself. Do we have enough tools? That's going to be the test. I'm not using any of my tools for this project. I am going to use what came in with Chigee in this box. Okay, there's a little bigger one and this is a smaller one. I think this is the one going to be useful. Let's do this. Not that I want to use this. I have great tool kit, but at least we know that Chigee provided everything that we needed for this installation. And that's always a plus. And that's the last one. This plate comes off. Plastic. Looked like metal. Wow. Great finish. And then this thing goes right on top of it. You can see the USB-C will go right in here. Only one way this can go in and fit. The BMW mount actually does come with its own set of tools. There are these longer screws and these two tiny black screws which will actually go inside this harness to like put this particular one. So these 4 screws are in. The mount is secure. And now this mount has more connections. Look, this little thing peels off. Pretty sure this comes out. Does it? It won't. Okay, that's good. But this little cable, extension cable that came with it, it's going to go right in here. So this extension kind of has to go in, right? So we're going to use this actually. Connect only one way. I wish it kind of went downwards, not upwards, but it is what it is. We can twist it down like that or something like this. I have no clue why did they design it this way. Okay, but either way, see, like it cannot go the other way. That's the worst part. I cannot fit this to go like this on the bottom of the unit. It's just not going to work. We have to use it this way. Okay, so do that, and then we're going to be able to screw this in so it makes it airtight or watertight. Come on, don't be difficult. We got screwdrivers, a lot of screwdrivers, not actually going in. Let's try our luck with this. Doesn't go either. Okay, that is interesting now. Do I need to see instructions for this? But there were no instructions for this. Okay, so yeah, the screws should go fit right in there. They are giving me a hard time though. What's up with this? Let's take it out again. Oh look, they didn't even make it through this plastic. That's the problem. You see that? That's the problem. Okay, now I see them, and now that'll work. That one went in. All right, so the most difficult part of this installation is putting these 2 tiny screws, at least for me. Right. Your issue might be different, but this is the issue for me for sure. The screw just keeps going in. Come on, man, just. Okay, locked. Very nice. Locked. I can't really pull this cable out now. Mission accomplished. Alright, so this dangling rubber thingy stays there. So I can jam it behind this or something like that. And then the cable's gonna turn around like this behind the unit and then go down to this connection, which comes for cameras. I gotta say, the design is pretty fantastic, pretty amazing. I just wish this cable went downwards rather than up and then down. So, but whatever. Now comes the time to put the cover back on. So our Chigee AIO 6 is pretty much set and ready to go. See you outside. Hey everyone, good morning. This is Sunday and I'm going for our club's meeting, and it's gonna rain a little bit. It just started raining. It's actually cooling me off to 77 degrees. humid, so I appreciate the rain. Thank you so much. But one thing that I wanted to point out is that when you come back to your motorcycle the next day or whenever, and if there is a parking incident, it's going to alert you. The Chigee alerts you that new video is recorded in parking mode, watch or not. I mean, I don't want to watch it right now because I'm riding, but let's see if on a straight or something I can do that. So is our turn coming? Alright, so if I hit check, it stopped the recording, and then it shows me three. What is this? This is not 3 modes. Where's my parking mode? So these are all the videos from today, I feel like, because see, I can see I'm myself riding. Yep, there you go. Those are the parking modes. So they both have P in front of it, and then when you tap on it, it's gonna start recording what happened. And then one thing weird it does is that it just shows the next video right away. So if I hit back, it goes to the next day when it happened. So the parking video is nothing but me moving the motorcycle when it was turned off. So the sensor realized that the motorcycle is moving, as you can see, and then I'm gonna put it on park. By the way, when I'm doing this all the way close up to Chigee, I am not looking down, I'm still looking straight up ahead. It's just the camera that looks down. Wow, look how bright the screen is. And I am just loving this refresh rate. It is fantastic, absolutely crazy refresh rate. I mean, if you are to use this as a central backup cam, it's just showing you everything. This is fantastic. Very impressed. The brightness is the peak brightness is 2000 nits, and I am not sure how much that really means. All I can tell you is it's definitely bright. It also shows you your heading, your tire pressure. I think tire pressure I'm getting in millibar. I'm gonna have to change that into PSI. That's Chigee cameras in a nutshell. Such a good day for riding, they said. Just cruising through some local roads. As you can see, it's beautiful. It was raining hard just about 15 minutes ago, but now it's all dry. The roads are dry. I am connected with my CarPlay with my phone in my pocket. As you see, it's not charging over here, so it still is great solution if you're ever thinking about having CarPlay in front of you. The GPS is still on, the phone is still connected, even though it's really not charging or connected on any of your charging ports. So that's a benefit. Let's go back to homepage. This is how the homepage looks like. This is showing in millibars. I can change it later, so I'm gonna find out. It's showing you heading, and then you can actually kind of go through and cycle through. I'm not gonna fiddle with this while I'm riding. The next biggest thing that you can see, which will happen just about now, is that when I come to full stop, almost like below 5 miles an hour, the rear camera turns on automatically. And you can see it's pretty clean. You see that car coming, I can see that without really having to see my mirrors. You can see it's coming in this lane, and it's just fantastic. You can also cycle through these. If I press the third button, that's the front view with picture-in-picture. Second view, rear, and the front in picture-in-picture, and this is just the front. But then we go back to rear. Now I touched it, it won't go off on its own because it thinks like I'm operating and I want to see the video. So you have to go back to home kind of to change things. And then let's cycle through. Second button takes you between the CarPlay and brings you back into the display. That's the display. It kind of shows it correct. It doesn't have the brake display though, like the BMW one does. So the one in BMW that I'm talking about, you can go into sports mode, and when you go down, it's going to show you how much brake you're applying and then how much throttle you're doing. It also gives you the lean angle when you're riding. It's the same thing with Chigee. And here we go. Tire pressure monitoring, I just changed it to PSI and Fahrenheit. You can actually, just tap on it and then it'll change more miles Fahrenheit. Last reminder, camera switching. Do I really need that? I kind of only want to see the rear camera, so I don't want to see it. So let's do that. Enable GPS speed to show on the camera, and BMW dashboard shows tilt angle data. Sure, I want that. So it's fairly easy. So let's go to settings of this because it's not connected to the phone right now, and I'm gonna change this to fusion mode to show you guys how it really looks like. That's the only phone that's connected. It's gonna change it to the fusion mode. It's connecting to the phone right now. All right, so now we have the phone connected. Your CarPlay shows right up here, so I can still interact with it. So I can go to music, I can go back to GPS, but it's also, look at this, it's a live camera. It's also showing me what's behind me, which is fantastic, right? And it shows me live tilt angle. There's a lot of things that you can do with this thing. So the heading, see here, I can change it to show altitude, tire pressure for the front, and then the heading. It's tilt angle, voltage for the battery, and then rear tire pressure. So you can tap through these to show whatever you want to see. Here it shows you the current trip, which is 0 mile. I just started the motorcycle. That's today's total mileage, and then it just keeps on cycling. And this is the right time, which is 1 minute. We just turned on the motorcycle, so this is just 1 minute. I think this restarts or resets every day. So total ride time, or this should really say like a total time spent on the motorcycle, including the waiting between the actual riding, is 2 hours and 59 minutes. The actual riding is 2 hours and 29 minutes. So it's pretty cool. So that's the fusion mode. The downside of fusion mode is let me show you what we can do. So we're gonna go to the navigator. See, I can still control it with the wonder wheel. You can see I'm moving the wonder wheel and the things are being highlighted over here. So I can go to music. That's the same way. I can hit play, I can pause, I can interact with CarPlay. That does not change anything. What is happening here though is if I go here and I go on the fusion, kind of like a hybrid display, it just doesn't show. You see that it keeps switching back. So that's one issue I see with this. I think this is CarPlay messing with this. So see, like I go back, it immediately goes back to this blank screen. So there's something to do with the CarPlay. I hope Chigee issues a firmware update to fix this, but in the fusion mode you really cannot hold that. You see this mixed menu, and I'm pretty sure like it's kind of useless too. Like see in like a brief flash, I'm gonna pause this on the video, but everything is like a little bit tiny, so I'm not sure like when normal riding distance is this, I don't know how that's gonna look like. I mean, my eyes are okay, so it looks good, but then it's still like the whole thing's it's gonna be shaking when you're riding, so it's just not gonna show. And see, like now normally like I go back to Scenic app and now it looks normal. So that's just one thing I wanted to show. Also, it is a little bit harder to switch back to the normal mode because there's no real way to go to the same menu where you were at. So you have to be in the CarPlay connection menu, which doesn't exist once you have the connection. So see, I tap on that, it directly takes me to this screen. Now in their instructions, I really couldn't find anything to go to that menu when we are actually connected to CarPlay, but there's no way. I mean, if you know the right way to go to that menu without actually disconnecting your phone, please let me know in the comments below. But yeah, there's no way. This is camera, and this is just turning off the screen. and this is main screen. You cannot go to that in settings. So if I go to about or anything else, network, it really is not allowing me to change anything over there. So anyway, so that's one downside, but the best way is just turn off the motorcycle, let Chigee turn off itself. Alright, go right away in this settings, and then you turn off the fusion mode. Go back, and it's switching the fusion mode off, and it's switching the fusion mode off. Once it's done, you're back to your full screen. So this is the mode I like because it gives you the full screen. And oh wow, that seems like something wrong. There you go. See, this mode was a little bit buggy when we were in the fusion mode, but the downside of fusion mode is you won't get to see your back camera all the time. If you want to see the back camera while you're riding, you can actually click on that and then it shows you, or else if motorcycle slows below 3 miles an hour, it'll automatically turn on this rear view. So if you don't touch it at all and just take a look at it, and then as you start riding, say if you're on a red light, you stop, it shows it. As you start riding, it automatically disappears. So that's it. That's a little walkthrough of Chigee. This is a phenomenal device. This is a huge upgrade from Chigee AIO 5 into AIO 6, just in overall response time, build quality. Screen, of course, is the biggest thing. The GPS and GSM connectivity. It shows you the weather for the day. This is getting pulled off of that cellular network. And you also have your camera. I mean, of course, I didn't have camera on AIO 5. Camera features existed on AIO 5 as well, but the overall refresh rate and the camera speeds and response is much faster. So I would highly recommend, if you have the money, if you did a Kickstarter like me, I hope you're happy with this. Totally happy with my purchase right now. This video is not sponsored by Chigee. I just wanted everybody to know that. As usual, thank you for watching. 90 Peak out. Peace.